morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Gamion. I will be your game developer for this stream. My co-host Mega Kitty was on that perch just 5 minutes ago, and then show was about to start, and then she decided to just leave. So hopefully she'll come back later, but I kind of doubt it. Anyway, I'm a AAA developer by day during the weekdays, and an indie by nights and weekends. And I've been spending the past 4 years working on an online multiplayer soccer brawler called Field of Heroes. And I'm gonna get the demo out in spring if all goes well. And as soon as we get our stream elements up, there we go. This is kind of a surprise stream because I was intending to spend the day recording gameplay footage, lots of gameplay footage, and then storyboarding the new trailer, and then using that footage to post on social media, to make a number of TikTok videos and Instagram videos and all that. However, I got kind of stuck because the Coliseum field with mercenaries has kind of screwed up animations, and it's not really making for good content. So I'll show you what I mean here. So this is kind of me. Normally players cannot be these guys, but as you can see, the animation is kind of bad. It seems like I strafe, but I'm still running forward, and I need to try and do something about that. So, and it shows pretty bad in the demo. So I'm gonna try and do what I can in that, and then if time permits, I'm gonna go ahead and storyboard the trailer by looking at other soccer brawler game trailers and kind of picking up lessons from that. I already made a demo a trailer for the announce of the game, but that is outdated and needs a lot of work, and I think I can do a better job. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started just as soon as I do a little bit of cleanup here on our chat. There we go. Alrighty then. So let's get started here with fixing the animations by going into the animation blueprint. The first thing I want to do is make it so that he rotates in the direction that he's facing. He rotates his whole body, not just his upper body. And to do that, I'm going to look at an existing blueprint test hero. So I'm gonna now I am using a unique animation blueprint for the mercenary because they do not have a root. They don't have a root bone, which is a special bone that the whole mesh pivots on. So I can't use the same anim graph, unfortunately. So the best I can do is kind of take pieces from it. Let's see, and bring those in. Like grounded rotation, that's what I kind of want to do. So let's look at a functional hero. This is the test hero. You see, he moves correctly. See how he's kind of strafing, he's just kind of doing that stuff. And I want to check something out. See how I'm facing, if he's facing this way, I start running. If he's facing this way, I turn down, I start running, see how it kind of rotates real quick. And I want to see which, let's see how he's rotating real quick. So, give me a sec. It's on my other monitor here. Okay, so he's doing that. Looking direction. So we're gonna have rotation mode. So first of all, let me clean up. We need this. That's rotation mode. So first, let me clean up what's here a bit. So here we got speed is in air. Those are transient values, which means we don't want to save them to disk. These are also transient, but they're not marked as such. So just a bit of cleanup here. When you character, when it cache the character value at the start, and that'll make things faster. Optimization. And now we got to write to that. So let's see. Here's. 'Here's the start. Let's see, here's 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 the start. Let's see, here this out a bit. This will be cast to character. And then we'll set our character here. Then more easily do this. And now we can simplify this a bit. Oops, not yet. Go back. Okay. So now we're going to start copying nodes from the other blueprint. We're going to start with rotation mode. This will be settings. And we're going to make that looking direction. We maybe need the, well, no, we're just going to do without this. Alright, save that. Make sure this still works. I like to test my changes. Mercenary player. I thought I had a player version of the mercenary. Where did it go? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Just mercenary melee. Good. Still works. What is that? That marble thing. Oh, I guess we're supposed to attack it? Use my extension panel to fight back. Okay. I guess we're being raided, kind of. So if I go to... Okay, you'll get an avatar soon. Okay, well, there's my extension. Okay. I guess we collect elemental orbs and dodge. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep working on my game. You guys can play that. I'll just keep working. Alright, so back to this. We're gonna make our own update grounded rotation function. And that's where the magic's going to happen. And we are doing looking rotation. Here we go. So we're going to do smooth character rotation. I wonder if I can copy that function straight up from the other blueprint. Target rotation. Where is that set? So character rotation, that's the target rotation. Okay, don't know, but I guess it's not. So I'll have to add this. Transient, what I have, actor rotation. Any rotation. See, maybe I don't need the actor rotation. Let's see, let me... Let's see, I should get some errors. Yeah, target rotation. Okay. Let me see the... So this is the actor rotation. Alright, let me see how that is done in this other blueprint. Oh, okay, so we do have an actor rotation here. Got it. All right, they'll be back in a few hours. That's great. Okay, so this is good. Now let me smooth character rotation. First, make sure it can update moving rotation. I wonder if I can copy this function. I didn't think so. Hands moving inputs. Rotation, we'll do smooth character rotation. Oh, let me back up for a minute. This needs to be updated first. Actually, so does this. So both of these will be updated first, and then we'll go in here. Yeah, can do, and then you want to get any rotation. You want the yaw, and then the curve value, which you don't have. So we're just going to go straight in to the yaw. Well, I want to see what that curve value is. So let me switch back to test. Zero. Alright, so it doesn't matter. And then, calculate grounded rotation rate. Just Cavino, welcome. And Gross Bot in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Gross Bot in the chat. Yeah, Wow, I must have been in the zone for a second because I lost track of things. So let me do a little cleanup here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and that's the second bot in like 5 minutes. That's got to be a new record. And to celebrate your arrival, how does a shout out sound?
Sure, Canada uses aluminum. Yeah, I think they use aluminum.
That was short. Yep. So anyway, I wasn't even planning on streaming this morning, but because I wanted to spend all day making videos and for putting on social media, but I came across this problem of these mercenaries not animating right. So if we go to the mercenary, let's just do the melee, and I'll show you. It's kind of janky right now. So. And that's not showing good at all. So I gotta fix that. Anyway, so once I fix those, then if there's time permits, then I want to start storyboarding the demo trailer. Sort of the order of operations here is 1, record a ton of gameplay footage. 2, update the all of my website and Steam still images and things like that. Part 3, update the demo trailer, put that on Steam. Part 4, get the videos. Part 4 is going to be where we start drawing attention to the Steam store page all over again and the websites, making all those clips on TikTok and Instagram and the like. And then after that, get back to work. Oh, and by the way, I just put up a new playtest build. Was it last night or this morning? So it's got more bug fixes, more polish, and I think that might be the last. Well, we're getting pretty close to the playtest updates for the demo. I think there was some other tweaks I wanted to make to it, but we're almost there. I'm glad that, and this is we're also approximately the 4-year anniversary of the game's development. So that's something that's, I think, worth drawing attention to. It's time to get that demo out. Get the Steam page. Trying to post crazy and all that. I also also have work on the bug list. So I had like 60 or like 70 bugs, and I got that list down to about 34 for the demo. So I still got some stuff to do with the custom lobbies, squad matchmaking. I don't even know if you know that you can form and join squads of players, so you always play together on the same team. That's been in there for months. I just never really gave it a good exercise. But that needs some cleanup too. Like, what if someone joins a squad while you're like loading a map? You know, it's not really that robust yet. So, things to do. Anyway, rotation rate. So let me go back to testing the hero again. Okay, what's my interpretation speed? 2.6. Alright, so let's say 2.6. Better yet. No, I got a better idea. I'm gonna put that number in a function that I might clean up later. So we're just gonna flat out return 2.6. We're not gonna use maps or anything like that. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can get the map speed. Let me try that again. Rate. Okay, have to calculate that. Map speed. Oh, well, that's a bunch of mess. Let's just say We'll just say 2.6 for now. We don't need to be perfect. And then we'll plug that in. And let's see how that feels. Can't really tell if he's rotating or not. I don't think he is. Oh, it looks like it may never... Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's right. Okay. Yeah, he's... I need to see what his rotation... Yeah, I need to see his rotation, his forward direction. So what I'm going to do is this blue arrow here. We're going to make that visible in the game. Oh, I can't I? Oh, wow. Alright, I'll have to I'll add one manually. Oh, 2 arrows. And it'll be a red one and then not hidden in game. Oh, that's hardly even rotating at all. Make sure I got these values right. Let me go back to the mercenary. Now let me go back to the other guy. Delta seconds, check. Target rotation. Where are we setting the target rotation? Alright, back to the test hero. Kidding. Oh, we have to... Oh, not moving. Oh, turn and place animations. No, it's not quite what we want. Okay, so I do need to make a little tweak to this. So we need to do... like that. See if that improves things a bit. Back to being a mercenary. No, it's just not moving fast enough. I see it moving, just not fast enough. Maybe it's the problem with aiming rotation. Seconds, target rotation. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. So look at the Target rotation, yaw. Okay. And then interpret delta time, interpolation speed. Let me make sure I got these values right. So we're going to bring back test hero. .6 again. 3.03. All right. And let me repeat that with this. Yeah, 2.6. There's a delta time. Target rotation. Unless this is being called elsewhere. No. Okay. Let me do something a little different here. So we're going to do target rotation. I just want to make sure these are matching up. Yeah. So Y's is, unless I wonder. Maybe this is it. If I turn this off, let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. So that fixed that. Let's save it. So we can get rid of this. Okay, that's a bit slow though. Well, wait. Let me just try running around. I want to do a little turn in place as well. Let me see how the old one does it. Actually, we're gonna punt on turn in place for the moment. But this is better now. Now I want to look at his leg movements. So go forward is fine, but not backward. Well, backward, it's not really what we want. Yeah, I just may want to turn that speed faster. Like the 4. Let's hide that arrow. We don't need that arrow anymore. Yeah, that's better. Now I want to look at his anim graph. What are we doing for locomotion? Blend space. Okay. Let's look at the locomotion for the anime. So this is the animation that, let's see, what we got? Stride, walk, run. Oh, but I can't use these. Oh, yeah, I can't use those. All right, because it's a different skeleton. Okay, let's go back to his anim graph. Mercenary locomotion, where is that? Here we go, sidewalk. Oh, that's not quite what I had in mind. Walk. Okay, he doesn't even have those, and I can't import them. Can I? No, I can't. They're again different skeletons. Yeah, Animan is a much more complicated animation than the Mercenary. We may just have to live with this. So let me try it as a melee. See how that feels. Okay, that's better than before. But it's the archer's one I'm interested in, ranged. If I can at least kind of do like a, let's see, what is this? Y position, speed. Okay, so if the speed is positive, can I reverse it? Like I want to do reverse. There's no backwards walk. How would I make a backwards walk? Maybe I can have the speed. Walk, run. Alright, let's make more samples here. I wonder if I can do that. Oh, I see. I see what I did here. That's walk, idle. So how do I add a new point? How do I add a new point to this blend space? should be easy, and I don't know how to do it. I just want to add a new point. I think I've done this before too. I just don't remember how to do it. Should not be this hard. How do I add a new key? I just want to add a new key here. There's a number I could set, not grid divisions, but another number I could set to define the number of keys. Maybe that was no longer a thing. Maybe I can copy and paste. Kind of hacky, but okay, I guess that's what we do. So we'll say -90. We'll walk. And we'll do a rate scale of -1. So now -1. Oh, you can't go negative? Huh. I thought you could. All I want to do is make it so he walks backwards, and I guess I can't do that. I can't believe the rate scale has to be positive. I could have sworn this used to allow for negatives in the past. Okay. Then let's reset the table here. I'm gonna have to. Can I? Oh, play rate. Oh, maybe I can do. First, let me restart. I don't want to save. I want to save that, but nothing else. Except the gym. I'm going to relaunch. And while I'm relaunching, let's see. So we got Mega Kitty is still not around, but that's okay. Because I can still bring up a good old memory. So once we're back up, what I want to do is try to make it so if I'm going in reverse, then the walking will also play in reverse. So let's see. It's the rotation. very slowly coming back up. All right. Let's get and see how we stand with things right now. Okay, it's better. All right. Look at the Ammon graph to locomotion. That. Velocity. Poses by, can we do it by float? Okay, that's what I want. So we'll do this. Dot product of actor rotation really it's the dot product of the yaws we want. But I think this should work. Oh, actually, no. Character get forward, actor forward vector. That's what I want. And then we blend that with this, where we do a negative play rate. I just want to see how this looks. This may not even fix the problem. I just want to see how it looks. Unsafe call, character. Why would it be on thread, not thread safe? Okay. Speed. Actually, you know what? What if I just did the reverse? Did it like this. See if he's always going to run backwards. So this is a play rate of -1. Huh, I can't even tell the difference. Wait. Yeah, I can hardly tell the difference, so we're not going to mess with that after all. I mean, it's not terrible. It's passable. Alright, now, let's see what happens if... Okay, now I'm going to see how this works. I'll bring in, pop another test hero. Actually, no. Let's have him chase me. So I'll turn on God mode. Here we go. Okay, that's better than before. That's for sure. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough for recording the demo with. But let me add another hero and make sure of that. So I'm going to add this test hero. Let's put him on the red team. Move him back a bit. Yeah, they definitely would have glitched up by now. That's good. Okay, so let's close that. And I'm going to put that in source control. We don't want these two. Oh, what did I change in this? Oh yeah, I made it player controllable. Alright, fixed mercenary animations. Okay, so I think that is done. Now we're going to get to the fun part. I'm going to start storyboarding the new demo, the new trailer. So for that, let me bring up Notepad. Plus, in fact, I'm going to pin it here. So I took some performance notes. I don't really need those anymore. YouTube short notes. These will be in handy. I think I'll just do it in the same. One. So trailer notes. These are short notes I took from the last stream. So let's do this. And what I'm going to do is pull up some the existing trailers for similar games. And I'm not going to play sound on purpose because last time I did that with my last stream with the TikTok videos, I got a bunch of had to deal with like not copyright strikes, but just, hey, we're not going to play your video in that region because of the music. And man, they've really got the screws tight on that. Anyway, all I want to do is like show a video. So I'm going to look. So we're going to look at. So we're going to start with Sparkball. We're going to look at their Steam pages. Steam trailers. And I'll put the notes to the side. So they have two. So what's this one? So first thing I noticed that they do not, if I had no idea what Sparkball was, I wouldn't know what I was watching in these first 15 seconds. When you make a video, you want to really tell your audience what your game is about in the first 5 seconds. At least if you're not a very well-known IP at a minimum. Or if people don't know what your game is, it's made for people who don't know what your game is about. And most of the world doesn't know what it's about. This kind of drags on a bit as a start. Okay, so it took them about 20 seconds to know that there's a ball entailed here. And I I don't know what... Okay, so now, after 27 seconds, now I know what the game's about. So what they did was kind of lead up to gameplay video. Let's see, get fame. Get famous, something about a ball. And then now we actually get gameplay footage. And I would use icons instead of the text, but I guess text works pretty well too. Okay, and then that was only about 4 seconds. And then, okay, so, all right, so let's keep that gameplay flow going. So about 36 seconds. So we have, from 27 to 36, we have gameplay mixed with cinematics. And then now we're getting to why you're playing. Climb the ranks, get exclusive rewards. So they're kind of pressing the rewards at least as much as showing off the gameplay. So climbing the ranks, getting rewards. So it's probably going to be free to play. So you get in-app soft currency. Fair enough. And then there's more gameplay. And people at their desks having a great time. And then looks like more cinematics. Lots of cinematics. And then back to gameplay. Okay, and then the outro. So what I'm seeing here is 6. Okay, so you got 10, 15, about 20 seconds of gameplay, and about, maybe be generous, say 25 seconds of gameplay to be generous. And then, so that's about 25 seconds of gameplay. And then a good 45 seconds of cinematics and messaging about brawling, getting rewards, earning fame. Okay. So there's that. So yeah, I was kind of expecting more gameplay from that. Now again, maybe this is more of an established studio. Maybe it's just me, and there's a draw. Yeah, at the first 5-second mark, this is all I've learned is the studio and this thing in the first 5 seconds, and that isn't much. So the second video. Looks like it's just... Let's see what we got. Okay, lots of gameplay there. Okay, so second video. That's the gameplay. Now that's how you start. That's the proper... Well, I mean, that's one way you can start, is getting the gameplay in. Gameplay intro. Okay, and then we kind of have the, meet the team kind of thing. So this is where this is like the developer kind of a interview-ish. That's what it looks like. So again, I have the sound off because streams and YouTubes are very, very hypersensitive about music and about whatever. So we're just going to do it without this music. I kind of like this. I don't know. I'm kind of shy. I don't know if I want to do this myself. Yeah, Sparkball gameplay. Yeah, you could kind of do a. Now, one thing what I could do is like them. I could kind of show some mock-ups. Actually, I'm not going to bother kind of timestamping anything. I'm just going to see gameplay intro, meet the developers, mock-ups, concept art. I like that. I kind of like this format. You know, kind of gives it a personal touch, and you kind of learn a bit about the development, how many people are working on it, who's working on it, and then more gameplay. Yeah. Oh, I want to bring that up, audience scores. So here's the thing. I held playtests, and the last playtest I had was myself. I do AAA by day and indie by nights and weekends. And the other testers is a AAA designer and a AAA QA analyst, tester. And the last game we played, the average rating was about 6.8 out of 10. And I think a big reason for that is we had some lag. We had a bit of a lag issue that I think is addressed, or at least certainly improved. But the other thing was there weren't many human players as well. Like, we had kind of a small play test. It was only the 3 of us. Usually we try to get at least 5 or 6 minimum. And part of that rating being down was the fact that there weren't more human players. So the game was just we were kind of almost playing in cruise control. We try to be our own hardest critics. We try to really. I want Feel the Heroes to really be, high standards. I don't want to just, get a ball in the scene, get a couple characters in the scene, and then, say, hey, the game's done. They may have had 9.5, 9.6, but I'm really, again, my lower scores, we're really trying to critique it as hard as we can, so that players have the best experience coming out of the gate. Even the demo, I'm treating the demo practically I'm trying to treat the demo as like almost release quality with just limited content. So I don't want the demo, I don't want to release a demo, get a bunch of complaints and bug reports and say, oh, well, I was just kind of putting it out there to see how it goes. I really want the demo to be higher quality. Like, I don't want to see, if I get a lot of bug reports, then I did it wrong. Let's say, and I gotta jump on those. So, okay, but I think that's good and informative on Sparkball, and theirs was 1 minute and 12. I do want to keep my trailers under 90 seconds. I like how they got to 115. I'm gonna make a goal to make it 115. So, another game for that was, actually, I'll show you mine real quick. So this was the release trailer that I made, and so in the first, this is like literally the first second of you see right away there's a soccer ball, so you get an inkling that this is going to be a soccer game of some type. And then about 2 seconds in, you got this orc dressed up, kicking, so you're thinking, okay, so it's going to be a game with orcs and soccer. And then in the 3rd second, you see your first attack. And they fall down, they lose the ball, and there's this dude with these claws just standing there. And then he goes and gets the ball. So in the first 5 seconds that it's soccer, it's a brawler. Look, you got the goalie in the back. And this is something I want to use. I want to kind of keep that same format in the first 5 seconds. I want there to be, it doesn't have to be gameplay footage. It just has to be, you see a ball, you see that there are weapons and orcs, and a crowd in the back. So that's pretty close to what I want. But I've made improvements to the field and all that, so this is all like out of date big time. And I put that together through scripted. I literally put the AI on a field and kind of watched them go at it. And it was predictable because the AI is deterministic. Save for like things like friction affecting where their positions are at a given time. Anyway, so I want to go back to the next game I was thinking. I guess what was it? Omega Strikers. So let's see what they got. All right, so that's their first. So let's look at Omega Strikers. Trailer. And again, they also have 2 trailers. So let's see what this is about. Okay, so in the first second, I guess in the first second, you know that there's an arena. You don't know there's going to be ball play. You just know there's an arena. Okay, and then intro, no ball, just an arena. And then they do their product and they do their logo. Okay, and then after 7 seconds, gameplay. I like this format. I like this format better than the they're right away scoring a goal. And I like to do that for my next one. So I really like this. This is just gameplay, gameplay, gameplay. So that's all the way up to like 17 seconds. So that's a good solid 10 seconds of gameplay. So, you know, by the 20-second mark, you already know this is like combat soccer in a small arena. Now they're probably going to cut to the cinematics of the special abilities. Okay, so that's ability reel here. So let's do that. And then more gameplay. For another 5 seconds. I guess that's kind of more abilities, but not as clear as before. You know, this is kind of formatted like my demo. I did the intro, the logo, and then gameplay with the three kinds of heroes that they have a similar play style, and then 3 more, and then gameplay, and then 3 more gameplay, 3 more gameplay. So yeah, they're doing the same thing. Yep, same format. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna put that in my bug list. Having an overtime splash on the screen, because I already have the overtime on the top. I just don't have a message on the screen. Maybe I could even have an orc, like maybe I could take my voice and say overtime, and then reduce the frequency or reduce the playback rate so it sounds like an orc. That's pretty. I like that idea. I'm gonna track that right now. Anyway, so let's keep going. Okay, good. And then your outro. Play for free. So the outro begins around here. Yeah. So I may do the same format with updated art. Although one thing I'm wondering is whether I think the demo should only show demo content. Maybe not. Maybe it should. One thing, because on one hand I want to show off the other fields that are available, but on the other hand, I do not like a trailer that has content that I can't play, and the latter is more important to me. So. All right, but that was good. So trailer, and then what's this? General cinematic. What was the topic on this one? Oh, the studio trigger. What's this? Now it just keeps loading. I think it's buffering a lot. Oh, it's all cinematics. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be doing all cinematics. So my marketing team that worked last year to get the announced trailer, or to help me get the announced trailer out and formatted properly, and also set up the website and all, they wanted the second video to just be raw gameplay. And I don't know if I want to keep that second video or not. Maybe I could have one video, be the demo trailer, and then the second video kind of be the meet the developer kind of video. Maybe make that short, maybe just almost like a short in itself, maybe a 30-second video of, introducing myself and the team, the art team, and yeah, and it's kind of showing some of the old stuff and the 30 seconds of how the game evolved over 4 years, because this is about the 4-year anniversary that I started working on it in this capacity. So yeah, I think that might fit the second video. Kind of like how the Sparkball did that. Okay, next up, I don't suppose Mario Strikers is... I thought there was another game that came out recently for soccer. Pixel Cup. Nah, I'm just gonna go look for Mario Strikers Battle League trailer. Announcement trailer. Overview trailer. How many trailers are there? Here we go, official launch trailer. That's what I want to see. Now again, this is big budget, this is Nintendo we're talking about, so I'm not really gonna set my sights on that. Let's see what we got. Not actual gameplay footage. Okay, so we can see here that it's soccer based on the field. Intro shows soccer field, soccer uniforms. So you know it's soccer. And then, yeah, and then logo. Okay, so this is more of kind of a character carousel. I like this. So this just keeps going. Okay, let me, that's one minute, character carousel. Now I like that format a lot. I would probably, I mean, I could do that. Maybe that's more of a release trailer than a demo. And then, not much gameplay. Well, it's peppered with gameplay. And then, And about 5 seconds of more gameplay, and then the outro. Well, it's 114. Okay. 107. Oops. Okay, well that's cool. Alright, yeah. So... Alright, so we got trailers. Alright, so with that, how do I want to storyboard it? I think the format I have for my demo reel is still preferable. So this was just the announce. And the logo. And then I introduced the heroes. But you know what? I don't think there's going to be an uproar if I follow a very similar format and I just kind of mix up the execution of it. Definitely I need to change the music though. Yeah, so these are the the damage heavy characters. So I'm only going one by one. I feel like I want to make those... I'm covering like each character for several seconds. I think I want to maybe tighten that up a little bit, make those sequences go faster. So I do like these. And I'm thinking instead of... maybe I'll mix up the lineups as well. Maybe I'll do the offense and then midfield and then defense. And maybe even explain what those are about. Yeah, what I could even do is maybe for those segues, I could have them like the 3 offense in a row, and then kind of bring the camera up to them, and then after I show off some gameplay, then I go back to that that sequence, and then the camera moves past the offense and then goes to the midfielders, and then I do gameplay with midfielders, and then go back to that intro sequence, and pass them, and then go to the defense. And with the goal right behind them. I gotta make a note of that. So we start with it's gonna be cinematic-ish of that involving soccer ball, field, and combat. Maybe a logo, and then let's say for 4 seconds, maybe less, we'll say offensive lineup. I'll say camera on grassy field, zooms to offense heroes as they pose, midfield and defenders behind them, and distance, and I don't want to dedicate more than 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds, that's a lot. let's say 10 seconds for now. Offense, gameplay, goal scoring. Like goal scored at the start. And then 26, and then midfield lineup. Zooms to midfield heroes as they pose. Defenders behind them in the distance. 26 to 30. Oh no, 36. Midfield gameplay. Defensive lineup. Zooms to defense, to heroes, and goal. And then defensive gameplay. And then what? Oh, and then we need... I mean, how long is my trailer? I forgot. 117? Okay. Then after that, we want to do a feature list. I think I'm going to only show demo content. Feature carousel. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to do the details on this one, but so on the feature carousel for this one had listed the highlights of the game. So online, so we got online 5v5 PvPvE, 10 fields. Well, we're gonna have 2 fields in the demo, so we're not gonna do more than that. Well, 9 heroes. See, how did I list it first? So online PvP, 10 fields, and where did the heroes come in? Okay, it was heroes were next. 2 fields. And then, so will I have leaderboards in the demo? And I think the answer is going to be yes. Because I think that's going to be one of the driving, replay values for this demo. Community servers, that will be supported. We will not have custom fields. Now in the full release, we will let you players make their own fields, but not in the demo. So we're going to skip that one. Twitch integration, we're not going to have. We're not going to have Steam Deck support. No achievements in the demo. We will have offline play. I'm going to kind of mention that as well. Practice in a practice field. So this will be a demo feature carousel. And then the outro. Maybe we can do those demo features in 10 seconds, or maybe 12 or 13, and then after this will be the outro. And it's going to be, the outro is just going to be the logo. And now on Steam, maybe I'll have one of those, now on Steam. And what do you call those cards? Card that takes you. I don't think they let you go to other websites from those cards. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so that's the demo trailer storyboard. Just hot takes, just off the top of my head. and then the meet the developer storyboard. And again, I'm not 100% committed to this. This is just what I'm thinking. So right now the Steam Store page has two trailers. One is the announced trailer. The other is just raw gameplay. I like the idea of replacing the second video with the Meet the Developers, where we have, I'm not going to timestamp these, but we're going to say, introduction, like why making the game, who, what, when, where, why, introduction, and then how we got here. So show super old video, and that includes, let's see, I got some right here actually. Let's see if I have the old concepts here. Like, this is the actual 2014 me learning Unreal Engine. This is like the first Field of Heroes. And then 2017, I made a version in Unity. So I'm going to have to put those in the introductions. Now we got here, show old videos, progressing to new videos. This is why you never delete your old trailers, your old anything. Keep all that content, because you're going to come back to it. You're going to want to see it again later. And it will show you how far you've come. See how we got here. And then we want to talk about what's going to be in the early access release. And then I think, and then just kind of an outro of, hey, please play the game, and we want to work, we want to be engaged with the player community and all that. So I think I do want to do this for the demo. It's going to create extra work, I know, but I know Sparkball kind of did it. I'm going to kind of do it my own way. And yeah, I think this is probably how I'm going to roll. The next step is to record gameplay footage, a lot of it. Yeah, it's to record gameplay footage. That was what I was going to do today. In fact, I didn't even plan on streaming today, but I had a bug I needed to fix, and I wanted to storyboard things anyway. So now I fixed that bug. And for those of you who play the playtest, I got a new playtest up. I put it up last night. It's got a few more bug fixes and polished things to do. I got a couple more things I want to do on that front, but I want to do that on Monday. I'll be streaming again on Monday. So I think with that, I want to switch over to recording, which I cannot do while I'm streaming. So I'm going to read this off to another game developer, Just Cavino, of Freedom Forge Studios. He's making an online multiplayer capture the flag game. So let's see how that's coming along. So we're going to read off to him. And thanks everyone for stopping by this, 90-minute, time sure flew, stream. And I hope to see you all Monday, 7 o'clock Central Time. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, or whatever's left of your weekend if you're overseas. So have a good one.